Are you Miss Acevedo or are you Miss Armstrong? You need to unmute yourself. There's a little red microphone either in the bottom left or the top right, and it's got a line through it. You need to click on that.
It's right here. Okay, I'm Acevedo.
Okay, so we're waiting on Miss Armstrong.
Mm-hmm.
And she should be joining in just a moment.
Okay.
She's not in yet. I always give about 10 minutes.
Okay. Mm.
Okay, let her in. Okay, Miss Armstrong, could you unmute there's a little red microphone in the bottom? There
Yes,
you go.
ma'am.
Okay. All right, I'll call the case of Yolanda Armstrong versus Alice Acevedo, also known as Alicia, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, it's an eviction hearing concerning 184 Unity and Kyle. Could everyone that's going to testify, please raise your right hand? You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the case on trial is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And Ms. Armstrong, do you have a brief opening statement, please?
Yes, ma'am. It looks like the lease had started on June 3rd of 2019. The lease ended on June 1st of 2020.
Okay. And Ms. Acevedo, do you have an opening statement?
Yes, ma'am. The lease did end on June 4th, and Mr. Gordy Thompson, he called the last week of May, and he said that my lease was ending, and a few days, he said, "Are you planning on going or staying?" And I said, "I'm planning on staying. I don't plan to go anywhere." He goes, "Okay, well, if you're happy, I'm happy. We don't need a lease." And we left it at that. I've never dealt with Ms. Armstrong till this last 3 times that she showed up. She called first and told me that he had had a stroke and she was co-owner, and she just went on and went on. But that's why the lease ended in June, and we didn't re-sign because we just talked over on the phone.
Okay. So, Ms. Armstrong, why is she being evicted?
There was a couple of emails on October 4th, way past the 1st, where she's saying that it looks like her brother was in hospice and she was sick with COVID. This was on the 4th at 6:39, so the rent was not paid then. And then again,
You
on
said
April,
October, is that correct?
yes, ma'am, October. And then again in April, on the 14th at 6:07, she texted and said that,
Wait, well, how could that be in October? We don't know what COVID is.
well, this is what she texted on 10/4 on the phone to Mr. Thompson. And I get
No,
right
ma'am,
back to it.
My brother passed away of cancer in my
Oh,
house
On
in
the
October.
4th at 6:39 PM, she said, "Hi, Gordy. This is Alice at 184 Unity. I have not been able to leave my house due to COVID. My brother,
That's a lie.
have my brother on hospice, has a few days. So I wanted to let you know I haven't sent the rent. I'm going to get," sorry, it's an old phone, so I have to stroll. "I'm going to get to the bank tomorrow and can take it to you. I have been scared to leave. He passed. They said he got anytime the most 2 days. I'm sorry I haven't sent the rent to you, but I'll get it to you." That's on 10/4 at 6:39.
how could that happen? We didn't know what COVID wasn't here.
I know, but this is what the text message said. She said, "Hi, Gordy, this is Alice at 184 Unity. I have not been able to leave my house. I have my brother in hospice. He has a few days. So I wanted hospice. He have a few days. So I wanted to let you know I haven't sent the rent. I'm going to get it to the bank tomorrow, and I can't take it to you. I've been scared to leave. He has passed. They said he go anytime, the most 2 days. I'm sorry I haven't sent it to you, but get it to you."
Okay, that didn't say anything about COVID. Okay, and then the next,
And then the next one, it says on
So she-
10/4,
she didn't pay rent in October. Did she get caught up?
no, ma'am, there was no late charges or anything applied to that. And then on Gordy replied, sorry to hear about your brother. You can just mail it. I won't be home for a few days. And then on the 14th, it said, Gordy, this is Alice from 184 Unity. Put in rent and mail. That's on the 14th.
Okay,
Because my brother died. So, yeah, I mean, he did die. He died a few days later at my
Okay.
house at 184 Unity.
And then
let's
on
talk about
July-
now, why she's being evicted right now.
Okay, on July the 29th, I stopped by Miss Alice's house to let her know that I was co-owner and that Mr. Gordon had a stroke. She was nice on that visit. And I said, when can you have the rent? She said, I will have the rent for July in a week or so. And so I went back by her house on the 15th, and that's when she let me know that she had mailed the check. The check actually came, and I made copies of the checks. The checks that she got money orders from the post office was on the 3rd day of August of 2020, in the amount of $1,650. When I stopped back by her house, I told her at this point that I was going to place the house up for sale and that I needed her to leave. That when I first saw her on the 29th, that's when she said that her and her family had COVID. And
I have
so,
that paperwork.
Okay, so that was from July 29th.
yes, ma'am. She
Right,
informed me
and
that
that was for July rent, August 3rd, she paid July rent.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so was August rent paid?
No, ma'am. August rent has not been paid.
Okay, well, that's where we're
Yes,
going.
ma'am.
That's what I'm
Nor
trying to figure out.
September, nor September.
No,
Okay.
ma'am, I have the receipts for August right here with me. And when she didn't come by, she called first when we had COVID, and I explained to her that we had COVID, and then I had to place my kids in a hotel because me, my husband, and my older children had gotten it. But I have grandkids and a daughter that's 19 that didn't have it, so I put them in a hotel. I said, I will mail you the rent when my other daughter can come pick up the money. And she was okay with it. And this was on a phone call. Then she showed up 3 days later and told me that she was putting up the house for rent, and she told me, can you put your dogs up? She said, I'm gonna, I want to see the house. I want to take pictures. And I started walking in, and then I stopped because my husband was still under doctor's care at home. And she was already behind me in front of my TV. And I said, do you really want to come in? We have COVID. And then we ended it there. She said, okay. She told me she would give me till the 15th to pay September's rent. On the 15th, well, on the 14th, I got sick, and I really thought that I had got COVID again. I went to the doctor, and it was just an infection. They said it's just my immune system is not up to date. Anyway, she came on the 15th.
The 15th of what?
Banging on the door.
August?
But I
Okay.
have the receipts right here for August. She actually got them on the 3rd of September, but they were mailed, and she knew that I was mailing them.
Court, Judge Smith, she did pay July's rent in August.
Right.
But she has not paid. And keep in mind, Judge Smith, I gave her a letter, and this is a 30-day letter. When she said that she had COVID, it says, I gave her to move out September the 15th. But when I showed up at Miss Alice's house the second time, I stopped to ask her, Miss Alice, was you able to get the house ready for pictures? How many days would it take you to get the house ready for pictures? Because I'm going to go ahead and put it on the market. She said, it won't take me that long. I just need to pick this stuff up right here. When I went back to her house on the 15th to ask her, what was going on with the rent and, are she ready for pictures? That's when Miss Alice came out the house and started cursing. And at that point, on the 17th, I went back by the house. Miss Alice had taken down the coming soon sign, and she came out cursing again. But this time I went accommodated with the call police. And
You're
then,
not telling the truth.
And
Okay, so
then,
did you pay the, hold on just a minute. Miss Acevedo, we're trying to determine, did you pay the rent for August?
Yeah, it was, August rent was paid late. Like I told her, you know, I put my kids in a hotel. I'm gonna get it. It was paid on September 3rd, and I have the receipts right here where I paid,
Wait, we're not
only
at
the-
September 3rd. Today
On
is September 1st.
I mean, August, they were paid late, okay? So for August, I paid, I don't know where she did, and I didn't pay in July. I did pay in July.
That was July's rent that you paid.
that was
August
July's
3rd.
rent.
No, I have a, I can get caught on
Well-
8/2. Hold on, I'm looking. 8/3. I didn't bring July's with, I mean, because July, and on my paperwork, if you look, she's saying for the last 2 months.
I don't have it. Nobody sent it in. It says to email your paperwork to the court, any evidence that you have prior to the hearing.
Well, see,
I can forward you the checks if you don't mind, Miss Beth.
Yeah,
Do you have anything? Yeah, I mean, she said you paid July rent, August 3rd. Did you pay anything after that?
I paid July's rent August 3rd. On August 15th, she gave me to August 15th to pay the rent. She came August 15th between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock, banging on my door, ringing the doorbell. I had gone to the doctor, and I have a doctor's note. And I opened the door. She said, "What's wrong with you?" And I told her I'm sick.
Okay,
and then
well,
she
that,
went
okay,
home.
I'm sorry, stop. That pass the orders to go ahead and do evictions. And so what we're trying to determine is if you're behind on rent. And
The only rent that I owe is for this month. And she told me when she came on the 15th, I'm not accepting any money from you. And she didn't only come and tell me, she went to my aunt's house. She lives catty corner, and she's here. She would tell you that she
you're
went knocking
saying
on
this
her.
month being August or September?
No, August.
Okay, she does not have to, as a landlord, if it's a month-to-month basis, if they give you a notice to vacate, which I do have a copy of.
Mhm.
Let me see, hold on. Let's see, hold on. Let's see if I can find that.
And also, Miss Beth, if I could speak, please.
Hold on just a minute,
Okay.
please. I think that's it. Hold on. Nope. Yes.
Can I speak, Miss Beth? Miss
Okay.
Smith?
Can you see, hold on, can you see that document?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it says that the late rent, July unpaid rent in August. And I'm gonna tell Ms. Acevedo that that they don't have to, they gave you, they don't have to accept rent on a month-to-month basis. If you're on a month-to-month basis, if you don't have a lease and they choose to sell their house as landlords, and they gave you the notice to vacate, and they don't have to accept rent.
And I'm okay with that, Judge. My thing is, she told me she wasn't accepting any rent, so I could use it to move. And she didn't only tell me this. She told my aunt, which is sitting right here, she went to her house to explain, because we did get in a little argument. And she's not saying everything, but when she was banging, and I told her, you know what? I said, I don't know who you are. I've always dealt with Gordy. I met her through the phone, and she brought me a paper saying she was co-owner. And the paper was dated with 8/12 when she came. It was like 3 days before the 15th.
Mhm.
And I told her, it's not valid. You told me Gordy had had a stroke, and he was not doing good, and she was gonna put him in a nursing home. That's why she was selling the house.
Okay,
And I'm okay with moving. She told me she was not accepting any rent. And like she told me, she
right.
told my aunt is sitting right here.
Okay, but why does this matter now? I mean, what are you arguing?
I'm not arguing. I just want to make sure I'll move. She,
Okay, well, okay, we don't have a case then. I mean, there's nothing to,
yeah,
I
I'll
don't think,
move. I just want her to understand. I just want y'all to understand that it's not because I refuse to pay rent. She gave me till the,
okay,
Ms.
okay,
Smith, may I talk real quick?
uh-huh,
Okay. Like she said, it is true. I felt sorry for her when she came to the door when I first met her. That she said that she had COVID and that she wasn't being able to work. Like, I was sympathetic toward her when I first met her. And she's correct. She's never dealt with me. Over all 6 properties that we have as co-owners, she is the only one that does not have a property management over her. And the only reason why she doesn't is because Gordy knew Oscar, which is the husband of her cousin. That is the only reason why. And I agreed to it in the background. That's why she never met me.
okay, it doesn't matter. None of
Yes,
this
ma'am.
matters.
But the reason why I forfeited, and this is from the police officer that accommodated me to her house. Even after I went back over to her house, Gordy asked me to send her a text message because she called adult CPS saying that he was disabled, he couldn't talk, he couldn't do whatever,
no,
and they
maybe you
came to my
couldn't.
house. They
Wait,
came to
wait,
my
wait, none
house.
of this is important in court right now at all.
Yes, ma'am. But I just wanted to let you know that at this point, the reason why I forfeited of trying to help her and I wanted her out the house is because at this point I felt threatened, especially when she sends a text message. And in this text message, she's saying, bitch, better back down before I kick her ass.
Okay, well,
That's
none of
okay.
that's important on an eviction.
Okay.
If y'all have a different kind of case, maybe you need to contact the police department. I don't know, but none of that.
Yes, ma'am. I did send that to the police already. But yeah, at this point, I just want her out the house.
Okay, so do you have a short closing? Does she still owe rent for September that you're trying to collect?
She owes rent for August and September because the check that she sent on the 3rd of August was for the July rent.
Okay, so how much are you asking for?
Because like I said, because she has COVID, I'm only asking for $1,700. And that's on that paper.
Okay.
You
Okay.
told us.
And
you
if
were
y'all
not
could not
doing
talk to each
nothing.
other, please. Wait. If y'all could not talk to each other, please. Okay. And Miss Acevedo, do you have a closing statement?
Ma'am, when she came, she told me, I'm not accepting any rent. Use that money to move. And my aunt is sitting right here. She went to her house and told my aunt, can you please talk to her? She's not used to this because we did get into a little argument. I'm not gonna lie about that. But she told her, I'm not asking for taking any rent from them so they can move. I'm trying to help them so they can move. So we can sell the house and put Gordon in a nursing home. And she's right here. She can tell you.
Okay, is that in writing somewhere where she said, do you have on the notice to vacate, on the petition, it says late rent, $1,700, and that's what they're asking for. And that's it. And it was delivered on the 15th. And then there was service on the eviction. And I know there was service. I saw it a minute ago.
Mhm.
And it was accepted by Raymond, I believe, 17-year-old.
My son has autism and they left him, he came downstairs and they let him sign it.
Yeah, they have to. They serve it to anybody 6.
He didn't know what it was, but yes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They can serve it to anybody
Yeah.
16 or over. Okay, and so my finding is for the plaintiff for $1,700. You have 5 days, Ms. Acevedo, to appeal it at the county court at law. The amount of the appeal bond is twice the amount of the judgment. And on the 6th day, they can request a writ of possession.
Okay, can I just, like, you know what? I'm okay with paying it, but could I do it in payments? Like, she's leaving me.
That's up to y'all. That's between y'all. The
Oh,
court can't
okay.
make that decision for you. We have a very cut and dry set of
No,
rules.
Okay,
And so that's, I can't, that's the state law. I can't change that or make that
Okay.
up. That's between y'all. It sounds like she might let you do that. Just, I'll send the judgment and as, to each of you, well, my clerks will mail it. And
then also, Miss Beth, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
yes, ma'am.
I do not have any information on Miss Alice. There is no,
Okay, that's
Okay.
up to y'all as well. I mean, you know where she lives. If you have something to mail her, I'd go ahead and mail it now.
yes, ma'am. I
I'm not
just want,
sure. I can't do anything else about it. That's exactly what's happening.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, good luck to you, Miss Acevedo. Hope you find someplace quickly.
yeah, I'm working on it, Your Honor. Like I said, COVID just hit us really hard, my whole family, and, but
I'm sorry for that. Uh-huh.
soon.
When can I get possession of the house again, Miss Smith?
You
Judge
can
Smith?
request a writ of possession on the 8th of September.
Thank you.
Okay. And court is adjourned.
Thank you.